A reading from 1 Samuel. Today is August 27th. Our reading from 1 Samuel is chapter 7. The men of Kiriath-Jearim came and took up the ark of the Lord and brought it into the house of Abinadab on the hill, and they consecrated his son Eleazar to have charge of the ark of the Lord. A long time elapsed from the day the ark was housed at Kiriath-Jearim, 20 years in all, and all the house of Israel yearned after the Lord. And Samuel said to the house of Israel, "If you mean to return the Lord with all your heart, you must remove the alien gods and the Ashtaroth from your midst, and direct your heart toward the Lord and serve him alone. Then he will deliver you from the hands of the Philistines." And the Israelites removed the Baalim and Ashtaroth, and they served the Lord alone. Samuel said, "Assemble all Israel at Mizpah, and I will pray to the Lord for you." They assembled at Mizpah, and they drew water and poured it out before the Lord, and they fasted that day. And there they confessed that they had sinned against the Lord. And Samuel acted as chieftain of the Israelites at Mizpah. When the Philistines heard that the Israelites had assembled at Mizpah, the Lord of the Philistines marched out against Israel. Hearing of this, the Israelites were terrified of the Philistines, and they implored Samuel, "Do not neglect us, and do not refrain from crying out to the Lord our God to save us from the hands of the Philistines." Thereupon Samuel took a suckling lamb and sacrificed it as a whole burnt offering to the Lord. And Samuel cried out to the Lord in behalf of Israel, and the Lord responded to him. For as Samuel was presenting the burnt offering, and the Philistines advanced to attack Israel, the Lord thundered mightily against the Philistines that day. He threw them into confusion, and they were routed by Israel. The men of Israel sallied out of Mizpah and pursued the Philistines, striking them down to a point below Beth-kar. Samuel took a stone and set it up between Mizpah and Shen, and named it Ebenezer. For up to now, he said, "The Lord has helped us." The Philistines were humble and did not invade the territory of Israel again, and the hand of the Lord was against the Philistines as long as Samuel lived. The towns which the Philistines had taken from Israel, from Ekron to Gath, were restored to Israel. Israel recovered all her territory from the Philistines. There was also peace between Israel and the Amorites. Samuel judged Israel as long as he lived. Each year he made the rounds of Bethel, Gilgal, and Mizpah, and acted as judge over Israel at all those places. Then he would return to Ramah, for his home was there, and there he too would judge Israel. He built an altar there to the Lord.